Hello, lovelies. You all know that I spend a lot of time cooking, which means I also spend a lot of time and money on grocery shopping. And that's why today I am so excited to be partnering with PC Optimum to share the 15 grocery essentials that I buy week after week after week. Now, a few weeks ago, I signed up for the PC Optimum Insider subscription, which makes grocery shopping way more convenient and gets you a lot more bang for your buck at the checkout counter, which I'll admit these days is much appreciated. The subscription gives you 10% back in PC Optimum points on all of your PC product purchases, which for me adds up to a lot of value since these are items I'm buying every week anyways. You also get free delivery from Joe Fresh and Shoppers Drug Mart, and most importantly for me, free PC Express pickup, which means I'm now ordering all of my groceries online and having them brought directly to my trunk. This is extra convenient if you happen to have a toddler in the car like I often do. The subscription has already earned me 20,000 PC Optimum points, the equivalent of about $20 in just a few weeks. So I'm already seeing great value every time I hit the supermarket. If you're interested in giving it a try for yourselves, I have included all of the details in the description box below, and you can use the promo code Domestic Geek to get your first month free. Now, let's check out some of the staples that I've been adding to my online grocery cart lately, starting with some oats. Now, if you look at my pantry, you will always find oats. In fact, right now you'll find 3 bags because they were on sale a few weeks ago, and I am one of those people who always likes to be stocked up. Since the fall arrived, Elle and I have been having oatmeal for breakfast at least 3 or 4 times a week. I also use oats in a lot of my baking. I add them to my breakfast smoothies, or I use them to make homemade granola. Let's just say there is a lot to love. Next on my list of grocery essentials are blueberries. Now, when it comes to fruit, we typically like to switch things up a little bit based on the season, but blueberries are just a must-have all year round, and it's because Elle eats them by the handful literally every day. Of course, I feel really good about that because they are packed with antioxidants and lots of great nutrients. We especially like them in our breakfast oatmeal or as an afternoon snack, and in a pinch, we'll use frozen blueberries instead of fresh because frozen blueberries actually retain their nutrients really well since they're picked at the peak of their ripeness. Next on my list of grocery must-haves are eggs. Now, I always say that if I've got eggs in the house, I will never starve. I love them because they're super affordable, they're a great source of protein, and they can be cooked in under 5 minutes, which is amazing if you have hungry kids in the house. Plus, eggs aren't just for breakfast. I'll add some boiled eggs to a nice big salad to make it more filling for lunch. I'll also go ahead and make an easy egg frittata for dinner when I'm short on time. Next on the list is avocado. Now, we all know that creamy avocado is full of healthy fats and that its neutral flavor makes it really, really versatile. I like to enjoy it in the morning, spread on some toast, or I'll go ahead and add it to a nice big salad for lunch and it helps me feel fuller longer. And Elle and I love to share an avocado with our scrambled eggs at breakfast. In fact, Elle would eat avocado morning, noon, and night if I let her, which I guess isn't such a bad thing. Now, when it comes to green vegetables, nothing beats broccoli in our house. Greg loves it, Elle loves it, and I love it, which makes it a really rare win. And of course, it's loaded with nutrients, so you feel good about eating it. What I like to do is steam a head or 2 of broccoli during my Sunday meal prep, and then I'll serve it as a side dish with lunch or dinner, sometimes even breakfast throughout the week. It's also great because it can be added to salads or stir fries or pasta dishes, so it's one of the more versatile veggies. Green beans are another produce staple that lands on our dinner table each and every week. They're loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, plus lots of fiber, and they taste great too, so they're a total win. They're also really easy to make. I like to serve them steamed as a side dish, or I'll make a nice big green bean salad to enjoy as lunch throughout the week. Next on my list of produce must-haves isn't actually found in the produce section at all. You can actually find it in the frozen food aisle at your supermarket. It's frozen kale, and you probably know by now that I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with kale. I love it because it's so nutritious and good for me, but I really dislike prepping kale, and frozen kale solves that problem because it's already been stemmed, chopped, and it's ready to use. I like adding it to things like my breakfast smoothies, or I'll add a couple big handfuls to a pasta dish. I even like wilting it in a big pot of soup. Next on my list of grocery must-haves are sweet potatoes. Now, I have always loved sweet potatoes, but I will admit since becoming pregnant again, I have been craving them like crazy, which I guess is a really good thing because of course they're loaded with nutrients and fiber, so they're really great for you. In my cookbook, I have 3 delicious stuffed sweet potato recipes that are always on rotation in my house, although I will admit that Elle is not a big sweet potato fan so far, which I guess just means more sweet potatoes for her dad and I. Not something I'm complaining about at this point. The final type of produce that I cannot be without each week is bell pepper. When it comes to healthy snacking, bell pepper is absolutely my fave. I'll usually take 3 or 4 bell peppers and chop them up during my Sunday meal prep, and then we'll enjoy them throughout the week. Ella and I really like them dipped in either some hummus or tzatziki sauce, or let's be honest, we'll eat them all on their own. I also love bell peppers in all sorts of tasty recipes like this amazing coconut curry ramen, or even this cheesy taco pasta that is sure to become a family favorite for even the pickiest eaters. Now that we've got all of our produce covered, we can talk about what's in the pantry. And for me, that almost always means almonds. Now, throughout the week, I try to snack smart when I can, and almonds are my favorite way to do that. In fact, I don't just keep them in my pantry, I'll keep them in my car as well, so that when a craving hits, I can eat the almonds instead of, say, heading through a drive-through, which is always a good thing. If I'm feeling ambitious during my Sunday meal prep, I'll mix up a really tasty almond-based trail mix for my family to enjoy throughout the week. And honestly, there is never any left because it's so super good. Chicken broth is another absolute pantry staple at my house, and one of those ingredients I can never be without. I use chicken broth in all of my favorite soup recipes, plus a ton of my one-pot pasta recipes as well. I also love chicken broth as a replacement for water in things like quinoa and rice because it's so flavorful, so it's always great to have some on hand. Speaking of rice, it is definitely another pantry staple on my list. Like most toddlers, Elle loves her carbs, so potatoes, pasta, and rice are pretty much always on the menu. But I have to say, rice is definitely my personal favorite because it's really versatile and can be added to so many delicious dishes, like my creamy mushroom rice, my amazing rainbow fried rice, and this Italian sausage and rice skillet that is so super tasty. When it comes to dinner, we really like to use a variety of different proteins in our cooking, but I have to say our go-to are definitely chicken thighs. Now, I like to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs in things like stir fries and my butter chicken, but I also love bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs because they're a little more affordable and a little more flavorful. If you've never tried my garlic brown sugar chicken, it will seriously change your life. In fact, it's what's on the menu in my house tonight. Now, if you've got kids in the house, chances are you've got crackers in the pantry. In fact, I generally have a very wide variety of crackers in my pantry, but I especially love these scallops crackers because they're Elle approved, but Greg and I really love them too. They come in flavors like sea salt, garlic, and rosemary, which are all really tasty. And I like them because they're sophisticated enough to be added to something like a cheese board, or I can just munch on them as a snack with a little cream cheese and some cucumber. In fact, that's my go-to bedtime snack these days. Crackers, cream cheese, cucumber, super tasty. Now, I will admit that I absolutely love peanut butter. Like, not just a little, a lot. In addition to spreading it on my toast or using it in baked goods the way normal people do, I will also happily eat it out of the jar with a spoon, and I often do. I always opt for organic natural peanut butter because it doesn't have any extra sugar or additives. And a great tip is to store it upside down in your refrigerator to prevent it from separating, so it's always ready to eat when you have got a craving, which I admit, in my world, is often. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it inspires your next trip to the supermarket. And if you're looking for more value and convenience in your grocery shopping, I hope you'll give the PC Optimum Insider subscription a try for yourselves. I've linked all the details in the description box below. And of course, you can use the promo code Domestic Geek to get your first month free. Trust me, you will not regret it. Finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.